Fellas, I'm sick. There is no punchline. Instead of blaming my recently acquired illness on my bafflingly weak immune system, I'm instead gonna say last week's skins were so bad it gave me disease. When will Riot learn their lesson? Sometimes you can have too much of a good thing. No matter how solid of a concept the original skin line is, eventually with enough champions added to the pool, it will become redundant and stale. Especially in situations where you add way too many champions at once, it ends up diluting the entire thematic to the point where I don't know if they'll ever be able to innovate within the same skin universe again. They actually managed to innovate within the same skin universe again. High Noon is back. And also this thing.
That's a bug!
Unlike Project's not-so-glamorous return last patch, this time around I'm pleasantly surprised. I haven't exactly been signed on how mid I found most of High Noon's last outing, the only notable ones being those that dared to step outside the thematic status quo. So it pleases me to say, I think they accomplished just that, sticking to a much smaller crew of champions, each offering something completely new to the cocktail table. So saddle up, partner, cause I'm fixing to mosey on over them League of Legends skins and give them a good old once-over like a tumbleweed rolling through the dusty town. I tried, okay? High Noon Rel. It is absolutely insane to me that Riot went out of their way to make 3 separate legendary High Noon skins, brute forcing entirely separate horses into them before giving it to the actual horse riding champion. And now that it's here, I think it's just fine. But for a skin line Rel was meant to be a part of day one, it should come as no surprise there have been plenty of fan-made High Noon Rel concepts since then, and unfortunately I think they are all far better than the official Riot result we got. Though this is the one instance I will give a pass to attaching random gun chambers to non-gun weapons. Gunland spades unite! Pearl is the best chroma, 7 out of 10. High Noon Evelyn. This one sparked a bit of controversy as the splash art for this one is oddly similar to that of a fan-made KDA splash.
Suspicious.
While I'm not outright accusing Riot or confirming anything, it wouldn't be the first time Riot stole Evelyn fan art for themselves. And that controversy is a shame too, because this is a really solid skin, stepping outside the traditional cowboys we've seen time and time again, instead focusing on making Eve the sultry maiden of the saloon, all the while hiding her true demonic form underneath. And thank you! I feel like with so many of Eve's skins, her shadow form is nothing more than a mandatory financial expense rather than something naturally incorporated into the design. All this skin really does is prove that, once again, with champions like Eve, you can have fan service with a purpose. I will never forgive YouTube for making me remove that title from the cast video. It was gold, I tell you. Obsidian is the best chroma, 9 out of 10. With the prestige, High Noon Gragas. Something I don't think has been brought to proper attention in recent times is that Riot has been making genuine attempts to make Gragas actually cool. First Space Groove and now High Noon, these skins don't paint Gragas as a joke. He's the friendly barkeeper, the gentleman's giant, pouring you drinks and listening in on your woes. It's just a shame that Gragas' current character model and by extension in-game proportions don't really help sell that concept. As far as his skin catalog overall though, this might be his second best. His actual best, of course, being Hillbilly Groggy, baby! Obsidian is the best chroma, 8 out of 10. High Noon Yone. Oh hey, if it isn't my least favorite vermin surfacing from the mouse hole once again, because if you thought Kaisa, Lux, or even Yasuo were getting too many skins too frequently, combined with the legendary variant, this will have been Yone's 5th skin in 10 months. Skarner has gotten that many skins total in 10 years. And if that wasn't already enough to drive me up the wall, that it wasn't already a slap in the face that a champion released only 4 years ago has double the legendaries that a majority of the champions released 14 years ago, the absolute worst thing about this skin is that it's amazing.
No! It can't be! No!
Talk about visual flair cranked up to 11, the ghostly aura allowing him to stand out from the rest of the High Noon crowd, his Azakana playing a primary role not just in emotes but in many of his abilities, some of the flashiest and dashiest animations I've ever seen in a League of Legends skin, period, and those voice lines, not just the interjection of those demonic tones. An Old West-style Yone singing is something that never even once crossed my mind, but I'm so happy it crossed my ears.
Ain't the sunshine sweeter far from any town, but out here life is cheaper, so I won't stick around.
If I were to have any complaints,
And I do!
gun chambers strapped to swords is still just as stupid as it was 2 years ago, and he really should have put a shirt on. Tanzanite is the best chroma, 9.5 out of 10. With a mythic variant. It's purchasable in the same way the past few scams have been, but at least this time around it isn't just a chroma. Though I do find it very ironic the oh-so-special prestige version of the skin is the one that strips him of all his unique visual qualities to look more like the other 30 High Noon skins we already have. Overall, High Noon 2024 gets an 8 out of 10. By hook or by crook, they did the impossible. They managed to make a skin line which had already become so incredibly stale twice feel fresh again. I tip my hat to you, Rito Video Games, from one League of Legends to another. But those are my thoughts. What do you fellas think of High Noon's comeback? Do you agree with my takes? Perhaps you've grown tired of this skin line. Perhaps you've grown tired of Riot's totally non-existent Yone bias. Perhaps you're just tired. So until next time, fellas, April Fool's skins are on the horizon, and you already know how much I love those goofy, jokey skins. Till next time though, fellas, I suppose I'll be seeing you, probably hopefully not sick this time, and in the next video.